everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, we're going to be doing my Shop My Stash video, and this is probably going to be the one for the whole month of November. If you haven't noticed on my channel, it's been a while since I've done one of these, and it's because I was just really enjoying the stash that I had, and then for the last 2 weeks, I think, I've just been really wanting to just reach for kind of whatever I wanted to use. So real quick, let's just review some of the things that were in my last basket, and then I will show you what I'm going to focus on for the next basket. So my last rotation was my Huda rotation. So I put in my 3 Huda palettes, and I got a lot of use out of these palettes. So I did hit a few new pans, starting off with the Mercury Retrograde palette. I do have 2 new pans. I have one in Cosmic and one in Galaxy. So that was very exciting to be able to do that. I already had the pans, I think, in Nebula and Momentum before this, but in the last rotation, I did hit those 2 new pans, and I got really close to hitting pan in Supernova and Ultraviolet, and I got a pretty good dip in Gold Glitch too. So overall, I'm really excited about the usage of this palette. I've also got quite a few dips in some matte shades, and I think Libra is pretty dang close to hitting pan, and then the ones, I'm forgetting the names, Off Balance and Crash are also pretty close. So this is just, I think, one more rotation of a basket, and this would probably have like another 3 pans in it. So I definitely got my use out of that one. Okay, I turned the lights down. I think they were just a little too bright. But then the next one is the Nude Light palette, and actually, let's do the new nudes first because I've got more exciting updates on that one, so we'll save it for a minute. But for the new nude palette, I didn't hit any pans. This is really new to me, so I just got some more use out of it, and I really enjoyed using this one as well. So this is still a favorite. I feel like this is a good time to mention that I did pick up the newest Huda palette, and I ended up not keeping it. So I had it for about 5 days, and I created 7 looks with it. If you want to see those looks, they're over on my Instagram page. I put a 1 week 1 palette with it on there, and I always have that link down below if you want to see that. So I did 7 looks with it, and honestly, I didn't like it. So one thing about the Mercury Retrograde palette is that it leans very pink. It's really hard to create a look that doesn't lean pink unless you use these blue shades. Even these, well, not the shimmery golds, but even like the matte shades that are like Momentum and Crash especially, they lean very, very pink. So it's just hard to get a look that doesn't look really pink out of this palette. But I really don't mind that. Like with this color story, I think that it all just goes so nicely together that that doesn't bother me. But what I really don't like, and it happens once in this palette with this taupe shade, this looks like pinky purple on the eye. It might not swatch that way, and I'll kind of compare it here if you want to the purple next to it, but this on the eye just looks like really pink. You can kind of see here how it comes off, and there's the purple shade. But the Rose Quartz palette, I just felt like did that with like a lot of the shades. A lot of the shimmers have very, very blue kind of flecks in them that it's really hard to capture on camera, but it just didn't work out for me. And I talked about it a lot over on my Instagram. So if you want more of a like completed review about that, it's on that post. I put everything together. So unfortunately that is not in my collection anymore, but the 3 that I do have from Huda I really love. So I was so excited about this one. This is again the Nude Light palette. This one is just like so special to me. My grandma bought me this, and I just love it. And every time I hit pan, I'm like excited, but then I don't want to use it up because I don't want this palette to get like used up, because I'm pretty close to, like, I could use up these 2 shades pretty quickly if I wanted to. But I did hit pan in this shade here, and it just made me so excited. I just love this palette. You can tell, like, it is very well loved by me, and I have 4 pans in it now, and I'm pretty close again to another few pans. I think I could definitely hit pan in the matte light kind of purple shade, as well as the light tan, and then this more like goldish pink shade. I'm honestly not even that far from the other 2 either, so I don't think it'd be that long if I focus on this palette for a little bit, but I love this palette so much. So that was really exciting about that last update. I also ended up focusing a good bit on this Charlotte Tilbury duo, and I hit pan in the bronzer and I expanded my pan in the highlight. So I don't know if I mentioned this in my last Shop My Stash, but I did focus on it over the last several weeks while I had that rotation going. So this was also just really, really great as far as the last rotation went. Also, I think that this packaging like broke at some point. All of a sudden I noticed it doesn't click. So it just kind of sits shut. I don't know if that's happened to any of you guys. It was a little disappointing because it's like a $68 duo. But I still really love it. It's my favorite bronzer in my collection. So that was pretty much everything I wanted to mention as far as my last rotation went. Nothing too like exciting happened or anything like that. So for the next rotation, I put a poll up on my Instagram earlier today. It hasn't run its full course, but I put up 2 palettes because I wanted a really neutral palette. Over the last week, I was using that rose quartz palette, deciding that it just like wasn't my thing, but it was so pink and purple and blue that I just really wanted something more neutral this rotation. So I put a poll up and asked you between the 2 of these palettes, which one I should put in my next rotation. So that was exciting for you guys to be able to pick that. So the Natasha Denona Glam palette was the first option, and this is actually what I have on the eyes today. I've just been like dying to reach into this palette. I feel like for fall and winter it's perfect. It's just like cool tones, it's just really nice. And then the second option was the Persona Identity 1 palette, which I used yesterday, and I actually hit my first pan in this palette. It is in the shade here, and it is such a tiny pan. If you can see it now, I think like the light has to hit it just right for you to be able to see it. But I got this palette last year for Christmas, so that was exciting to hit pan on that one yesterday. I feel like it's so quick to hit pan in that shade because I have to use it to mix with like all the other mattes. But anyways, I put the poll up between the 2 of these, and as of right now, I'll put the screenshot up on the screen, but this one won. This is the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and it had 70% of the votes. So I will be putting this one in this rotation, which I'm really excited about. I want to get some more use out of it. I'll probably hit pan in the transition shade this next rotation over the next few weeks because it has a giant dip in it. So hopefully you guys can like see that. But yeah, I feel like this shade will have a pan in it for our next update, but at least here you can kind of see the usage that we've got going on, and I'm really excited to use this palette. I haven't reached for it too much, but it's perfect for the fall and winter like I mentioned, and I loved it last year, so I will be really excited to use that. And I'm not going to exclusively use the products in this basket. I'm just going to focus on them for the most part. Again, I pretty much reach for these during the week, and then on the weekends kind of to use different things and pick out of the rest of my collection. But I wanted to pick one more palette for this basket, and I decided to pick this quad from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk quad, and this is going to kind of give me the pink fix that I know that I will eventually want. Right now I'm wanting neutral shades, but that probably won't even last for like a whole week before I want to reach into pink shadows again. And I finally got the hard pan off of these 2 shimmery shadows. So these shadows just ended up getting hard pan on them like so quickly, but they're so pretty. And this quad in general is just really nice and neutral, but it is, you know, pink leaning. So this is just a lot of fun, especially for every day. Now that I've been thinking about it, just sitting here, I was thinking about a colorful palette that I've really been wanting to use a little bit more. And I feel like this is the perfect time of year to use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this one in. This is the Child palette from ColourPop. I've really been wanting to use some of these green shades. This one is like just gorgeous to me. It's such a light green, and it's like almost just pastel, and it almost doesn't even look green like on camera. It's a little bit more like goldy, silvery kind of, but I do want to add this in just to use like every now and then. I feel like this will be a good little trio to have. I keep saying that I don't want to put 3 palettes in, but to have this kind of variety I feel like is good, and one of them is just a quad, so I'm really happy with this, but I'll probably mostly be using the Glam palette. I didn't pick a product from each category to focus on. I just kind of have a little basket of things to talk about. So the first thing that I want to get some more use out of, and I thought I would put it in this basket, is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is a product, I got it in January, and I thought this was gonna like change my makeup game. I really do enjoy it, but it's a little bit thicker of consistency than I thought it was gonna be. I really thought a lot more product was gonna come out on the doe foot, but it is just a really luminous product that you can put underneath foundation for an all-over glow. You can use it as a highlight. There's so many things you can use it as, and it really is pretty. Like, it just gives a really nice glow. So I really want to add that in and get some use out of it because I feel like I forget to use it sometimes, but it's just really special in my collection. So I do want to use it. The next product is one that I have used a couple times over the last week, and I just want to reach for it more. This is the Bare Minerals Original Loose Powder Foundation. I think I mentioned this. I have no idea what video I mentioned it in. Maybe a Shop My Stash. I really don't know. But I mentioned this in a video a few months ago, and I said that when I wore it, it just like didn't look good. But now that it's getting colder outside, it is looking better, which is what I was hoping for. So I want to use this and just get some use out of it because I really didn't use it that much over the summer, and I feel like this is the perfect time to start using it again. Even though this is a powder foundation, it has a really luminous finish. It's just so glowy and really, really pretty on the skin. So I wanted to pair that with this new product to my collection. This is a product that I picked up that I mentioned in my wishlist video, and I do not regret it for 1 second. So I saw a picture of this product, and I had seen it a couple times before, and I was kind of eyeing it, but I mentioned in that wishlist video the flat life picture that I saw this in, and I was just so encaptured by it. I was like, I have to have that. And so I mentioned in my wishlist video that if it was, that's hilarious. Okay, someone just messaged me on Instagram, and I was about to talk about her, so that just like, wow, okay. Anyways, I mentioned in my wishlist video that when Ulta went on sale again, I'd probably pick this up. And then the girl who just messaged me, Diana, I will have her Instagram link down below, but she sent me a message saying, hey, Ulta Beauty is buy one, get one 50% off. And I was like, I'm going to Ulta. So I literally went to Ulta that day, and because she messaged me. So thank you, Diana, for telling me about that sale, because this is, I can already tell you this is a new favorite. I got this. I didn't even say what it is. I just love it. Okay, this was $15. This is the Ulta Beauty 3-in-1 Cheek Palette. This is in, oh my gosh, I thought I got this in Santorini Sun. This is California Sunlight. How did I do that? What? Okay, wow, mind blown. I thought I got the shade Santorini Sun. This is in California Sunlight. Whatever, I'm glad I got this one because it is so pretty. Let me see if I can kind of swatch it for you. So it's got a bronzer, highlight, and a blush, and they're all glowy, but they're all so pretty. I can't believe I got this one. I meant to get Santorini Sun, but they're so similar looking. I just thought that the highlight in this one was going to be too dark, is why I thought I was getting the other one. I'm so confused. I remember that I told Diana too. I was like, I just got it, and she asked me what color I got, and I remember looking and then telling her Santorini Sun. I'm like, did the packaging say that? Like, and it was the different one? I have no idea. Like, my mind is blown right now. Anyways, this one says that it's California Sunlight. I've lost my mind. I really am like so confused right now. I'm about to go look at my Ulta receipt and see what does it say. I gotta go look. I'll be right back. Okay, I just went and looked on my Ulta app, and it says that I got the California Sunlight. So somehow I thought I got Santorini Sun. Maybe it was in the wrong spot and I just didn't look. But regardless, this is gorgeous, and I'm really glad that I have it. It is so beautiful. Like, this is such a special product, seriously. Like, all of the tones work so well together, and it's just a really nice compact product, and I just love it. Like, it looks so good on my skin. I cannot believe this is $15. This, like I mentioned, was buy one get one 50% off, and I did pick up the pressed powder from Ulta Beauty, which I'm also going to put in this Shop My Stash. So this is the Ulta Beauty finishing powder, and I got the shade Fair to Light Cool. I really like how this has the little sponge in it. I wouldn't typically use the sponge, but I've actually been really enjoying it with this powder and just kind of like touching up with it. I don't know that it's my favorite powder ever quite yet, but it's really nice to just kind of blur out some edges and add a little bit more coverage. So I'm gonna put that in there, get some more use out of it. But the real winner so far from Ulta Beauty is this. Would highly, highly suggest it. But like I mentioned, all of those products in that are pretty glowy. So I wanted to have some matte options. So I'm gonna add in this Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is a matte bronzer, and I want to see some more use out of this. I'm trying to hit as many pans as I can before the end of the year, but I'm not the kind of person to like dig into a product and try and hit pan just to hit pan. And I also try not to like get the tunnel pans where you like only work on one little section. Like usually that's eyeshadow, but I don't really like to do that. We've just got a few more products to talk about, so let's talk about some more eye products. I'm gonna put in this eyeshadow single from Essence. This is the Melted Chrome in Ironic, and this is just a very pretty single shadow, especially with that Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is a really nice kind of topper shade. It's almost like a Super Shock. It's just very wet looking. It's like $3. It's really gorgeous and I love it. I'm also gonna add in this eyeliner. This is the NYX Epic Wear liner in the shade All Time Olive. These are my favorite eyeliners ever. In the waterline, I don't budge. You can put them like on top of your eyelid and they look really nice. I love this one. I feel like it's gonna go really well with the ColourPop, the Child palette, and the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I just feel like it's gonna be really nice all around. Lastly, for eyes, I'm going to add in these two products. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It's just one of those eyeliners with like the little felt tip kind of thing. Sometimes with more neutral looks, I do like to add a wing just for some fun. And I'm also gonna add in this mascara from Ulta Beauty. This is the Lash Evolution Fortifying and Conditioning Mascara. I got this for free with the purchase from Ulta that had the two face products in it. And it really does feel like really conditioning whenever you use it. It feels really, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels really wet whenever you put it on your eyelashes, which sounds messy, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. But I want to see if I can get some more thoughts together on this. So far, it seems like pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure, so I want to use this a little bit more this rotation. Lastly, we've got some lip products. So I've got a lip liner. This is the NYX one in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. I'm almost done with this. When I get this low on a lip liner, I kind of just want to use it up, and this will be a definite repurchase. This is the third one I think I've gone through of that. So I would like to go ahead and kind of use that up. And then I'm also going to be focusing on this lipstick from Milani. This is in the shade Secret. This is one of those really hyped up lipsticks, and it's just a really pretty light pink shade. I actually have one of these on right now. It is this one in the shade Sensual. So good. I love these lipsticks. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then lastly, this is the mini gloss shot from Kaja in the shade Milk Tea. This right now is my favorite lip gloss. I love it. It is so juicy looking and so wet looking. It feels like a chapstick, seriously. Like it feels like a nourishing like night treatment lip balm. Like it just feels so good, but it's not sticky at all. Like it does not feel like you have a gloss on. So I just love it and I want to use it some more. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!